bad. I had just popped this big ass piece of watermelon. For those who don't know, watermelon chunks are BOGO at Publix. So like I got like $20 worth of watermelon chunks for like $10. So like I'm just gonna actually, what's today? I think it just started. No, or is Wednesday the last day of sales? I don't know. If you don't have Publix where you're at, you're missing out. They didn't pay me for that, but I just want y'all. But they also have Raisin Bran Crunch, buy one get one free. So if you like one of the greatest cereals of all time, that might be our question of the day. What's your favorite cereal? Like, what's the best cereal that you can get? I mean, I guess it's changed as I become an adult, but the Raisin Bran Crunch is clutch. It gives you that good sweetness. You can use nut juice on it if you want to. Yeah, pause because that's not milk. Milk comes from titties. Almonds don't have titties, neither do cashews, but that is nuts, and you are drinking nut juice. Like, so I told my vegan friends, just realized that's not milk. You're drinking nuts, and you're swallowing it. And hey, it's good for you. I mean, I guess that's what. But if you didn't know, this is Big Games BS, brought to you by, presented by Den Media Group, part of the Humidor. Whatever. I just fucked that all the way up. All right, let's try this again. This is what happens when you don't record for a while. This is Big Games BS, a part of Den Media Group, brought to you by thehumidor.com. And ABC 500 Spirits. Just go there. Damn, it's the last day. Shit. But they've been having them on sale for a minute, so I'm gonna make sure I go get me some more. George, you are entirely too fucking young to be eating like that. But that is good. You're all right. Like, what you guys got to realize is, like, you get that. So milk gets a bad rap now. It's nowhere near. Milk is like Coke. Like in the 80s, like, Coke was good until it wasn't. And then like, all of a sudden it became the worst thing you can get. But like, milk was like, they were shoving milk down our throat. They were saying it's part of a well-placed, balanced diet and all this other shit. And then now all of a sudden, now you're drinking pus. You're drinking all these other different things. But I promise you, a good, like, I've tried the other options. I like Oreos. You can't fucking dunk Oreos in almond milk. Or cashew milk, which is the better of all of the nut juices, if you ask me. Oat milk is pretty good. Oat milk, actually, there's no oat juice, but like oat juice sounds better than nut juice. But that's what it is. But anyways, you can't dunk the Oreo. It tastes terrible because you know what it is? It's nut and water. That's all your milk is. You can go make almond milk, cashew milk at the house, grind it up, right? Pour some filtered water in it. And then you strain it. Then you, grind it up. Well, actually, no, put it all in the processor or whatever, like your blender or whatever. Grind all that up with some filtered water, and then you put it through like a cheese grater or like a strainer. And that now you have your nut juice. But you can't dip the Oreos and other stuff in nut juice. But if you get now some ice cold milk with some shredded wheat, and the milk soaks into the shredded wheat, so when you bite it, this sounds awful. Like anyways, like it's just like you get the juices. It captures the juices, and then all the good stuff, man. But like, yeah, what's your favorite cereal? We'll come with that. Again, mine is Raisin Bran Crunch, and my mom had me wanted some Raisin Bran Crunch because that's where I was at this weekend. I was visiting, making arrangements. Mom had neck surgery. For those who didn't know, Grandma been locked down in a nursing home since February. She gets out and on Saturday. Mom gets out on Thursday. So yeah, you can go ahead and post that. So this was me doing things contrary to what people believe in me. I'm actually not a bad guy. I have bad tendencies, but I'm pretty cool. I like who I like. I fuck with who I fuck with. And the matriarch is this is the lady right here who basically, if you listen to the Spaces on Friday, she's the one who told me, who told your dumb ass to read. And, she's a little bit, obviously she's down. She's not she don't have the teeth she used to have, but that's still my dog. My dog told me to comb her hair or brush her hair. And so I brushed my dog's hair. Wasn't no beef into it. But we're gonna get her out, get her back to my mama house. My uncle George comes in town Friday. He'll be taking care of her, and I'll be taking care of my mama for a few days while everybody gets put back on the mend. But in the meantime, as my family knows, the work does not slow down. Not for me. Nope. I gotta try to get the streets book bags. So we got a whole bunch of shit that we got to do. 3,600 book bags, nowhere near close to the goal, and I don't expect it to be. If you know we do this. This is my 4th annual book bag drive and food distribution giveaway. We do it at Bond Elementary School in the hood in Tallahassee, Florida. I forgot what elementary school we're doing it here in Jacksonville, but it's out east, which is the hood here in Jacksonville. We're doing all kinds of different stuff. So again, $36 per book bag. Definitely all proceeds go directly toward that. Got to start getting heavy. We'll start listing the sponsors. Right now, Ron Scholl's personal injury attorney has said that they're going to buy 100 book bags. So I think right now, pledged and raised, we're at about we got 3,100 book bags. So we're gonna get to that number. Not sure how, when. If you have a business, definitely try to help. And more importantly, once we get these bags and once we get to these things, sharing the pictures, having people come out getting the food, having people coming out and getting the book bags is one of the important things that we need to do. So please check my pinned tweet. Check our YouTube channels in the community. Share it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Time, talent, and treasure. You don't have to have money. If you may not have $36, you got $1. Share it. If you don't have any money, I'm cool with that too. Share the tweet. You may have your company may have a match program. Let me know. We can work something out on the side, how to make sure we get that matched to the maximum. I may just need to shoot you 500 to get them to give me 1,000 or something like that. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for partners. We're looking for people who can help continue to grow this thing. And again, if you are a member of our family, our community here, every dollar goes towards that, but but when you do 36 Mafia or higher, that's actually giving a book bag per month. And through all of this stuff, we'll also from here we'll go into my STEM camp. From here we'll go into turkey giveaway, Christmas gift distribution as well, and a bunch of other shit that we do during the community. But we're on the road to 3. But in that, if you can't afford it, let our sponsors do it. If you don't want to be a sponsor, just let YouTube's algorithm do its work. We need to get to 3,000 subs, 100 members. That's my goal. 100 members by the end of the year, 5,000 total subs by the end of the year. But I would like to get 3,000. Once we get to 3,000, we would do the $300 giveaway. Chad, yeah, appreciate that, Miles. We got if you look at the banner right now, you'll see where you can give donations. But Cash App, money sign MFTK36, Venmo MFTK Foundation, PayPal MFTK Foundation at gmail.com, or just go to mftkfoundation.com. There's a way to get to donate on the website where if you don't have PayPal and things like that, basically you just use your credit card or whatever. But once we get to 3,000 followers, we'll give 3,000 subs on YouTube. We'll give away $300, just like we did a $200 giveaway, amongst other things. We will also give away, what was it about? Oh, once we get to 3,000, we will give away 2 tickets to the FSU LSU game in Orlando. Miles, can you look up StubHub right now? Like, let's just see what that's going for, or just type FSU LSU tickets. Curious, okay, because maybe this will encourage. Maybe I want this more than 300. I can promise you this is worth more than $300. Let's just click on it. Just see what the price is. If they got where they're starting at, because what I was looking at was kind of ridiculous. No, I don't have nothing on that one. All right, we're gonna find. Like, I know StubHub was SeatGeek might have it. Yeah, so September 3rd, Camping World Stadium. Say for 162 each. Click. Can you see that seating chart? Does any of them have like a P in front of it? Just click one of the P's that have a green on it so they can, because that's basically the seating that I have right now. So I know I have those. Does it say what the price is? Yeah, right there on the left, 400. All right, so there you go. That's damn near. By the time we get to 3,000, that's a stack value, $1,000 value. And we're going to be giving those away. So if you're a member, you get extra. We will space the members' names out amongst the rotation thing, even though I think having them all back to back gives you a different advantage too. I think like once you know, like if you got 5 of them, if you're all in and you got 5 of those, you know that once it hits that, you got a good chance for that bad boy slowing down on you if it's slowing down. But we'll be giving away 2 tickets right now, the Plaza level. I may have more that I may try to give away, but you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I said it, so I got to do it. But like, don't get to. I'm watching the game from the tailgate. If that's how much those tickets cost, I'm selling my shits. I can promise you that. So, wow, yeah, the Plaza one, the lowest is like $500. That's crazy. That is crazy. So again, none of them other shows, Seminole shows or shit that y'all watching are going to be doing this. Just me, the guy that, you know, the former player that has the least amount of subscriptions of all FSU podcasts. You know, the guy, y'all claim you love the school, like but now I just be giving y'all shit. Well, whatever. But I'm watching it from the tailgate. If you don't have your tailgate ticket, I can tell you for a fact the tailgate ticket is way cheaper than that. $60 right now. All you can eat, all you can drink, video games and shit. We'll have TVs at the game. You're asking a lot of people and tell them you was there because you're telling the truth. You'll literally be there. But it's like you're not in the game. But like I promise you, like I don't know how to explain it to you, but like Orlando for the bowl game, it was better to watch the game from the tailgate than it was in the stadium. And I'll probably have other teammates who are going to be doing the exact same shit that I'm doing. Like, it's just more comfortable. I don't like watching the game in front of like in a crowded space with normal people because the emotions get into it. And I actually got to watch this to cover it. And it's annoying to hear people say, "Why did he drop that ball?" I mean, like, man, I promise you, he wasn't trying to drop the ball. Like, and then a lot of times people don't. And then like, and Chris could tell you with sporadics. Like, people would be like, you know, they're not. This defensive coordinator stuff. They're not. I'm like, well, the guy was there. Like, he just didn't make the tackle. Like, what you want the D coordinator to do? Put somebody else in. Who? Like, I'm trying to like, you know, not trying to work. Yeah. And then, or if I'm talking to people, like I want to talk to people from a standpoint of intelligence. And like, it's not the fans' fault. Nobody's fault. It's just you don't go into the stadium to watch it. Like, if you wanted to get good analysis, you would watch it on TV at home. So I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, like, I prefer to watch it this way. We will have that, Ramon. When I get I'll make sure you're eligible to pay for, because I'm pretty sure you've already bought your tailgate tickets. We are also the only tailgate that will have parking, and our parking is way cheaper than the parking that you. I'm telling you, man. Like, if y'all really, nobody's gonna appreciate me till I'm dead. I've already come to this conclusion. When I die, people are gonna say his only flaw was that he liked women. That was his Achilles heel. But then they're going to look at, you know what? Every man was like that. But they're going to be like, this motherfucker he talked shit, but he gave book bags to kids. He fed poor people. He tried to give guys hookups to try to let them have elite experiences for cheap. And he took care of those who were with them. But again, they're only going to talk about that. Like, nobody's going to support. When I'm gone, everybody's going to be like, you know what? Damn, we probably should have took advantage of that shit. But whatever. Fuck it. Don't matter. I don't do it for the accolades. I actually do it because I'm in the process of making sure that I can experience this shit cheaper, just like you guys can experience it cheaper. But nevertheless, that's what we got going on. Please support the tailgate. Tailgate funds goes to support other shit that all the shit that I do in the community as well. Trying to figure out. Yeah. So also the best way to support the show, if you can't push a like, you can't do anything else, just come hang out with the just come support my supporters. If you're an all-in member, you get a membership to Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. Tuesday nights is ladies' night. I would recommend in a couple weeks, don't come to the all-male review because we are having an all-male review. Come after that because the ladies be ready after the all-male review. But this is what we were doing last night. We're wobbling. You see Becky in there just living her best life. She had a ball like last night. She was drinking, offbeat, just dancing, karaokeing. Like you see that get in there jump. They're doing a wobble. And then I sang last night. I got up there on the karaoke machine. And people were trying to I was singing lately, and then these guys came up and they just were trying to. It's an awesome song, but it's also why I don't believe Stevie Wonder is blind. Because the song makes it's like you gotta. Do you know how you know how shitty of a woman you have? Because this might be. Excuse me, women. I'm not bashing you. I'm just this theme of this gonna seem like it because there's a lot of shitty women in the world and we don't have balance. I'm here to provide balance. But do you know how shitty of a woman you have to be to make a blind man cry? He's like, lately I've been staring at the mirror, slowly tearing me apart, trying to tell myself that I have no reason to a blind man is looking in the mirror, trying to convince himself that his body isn't bad so that he doesn't lose his woman. And the other part is, when you lose one of your senses, the other one's enhanced. Right. So he's like, far more frequently, you're wearing perfume. So this man is smelling this. He smells the change in your life. And you're torturing this man who can't see. He doesn't even know what he's up against. He doesn't know if the other guy is more handsome than him. He can only imagine. Do you know what women, the worst place to be in the world to be is in the imagination of a woman, because that's where all the bad things happen. But women love to make other people use their imagination.
Yeah, but oh my God.
So now you got this blind man, which all he has is his imagination. And he's a man, yes, he's a man of many wishes. He hopes his premonition misses. But what he clearly feels is eyes. His eyes won't let him hide. Because
I must have heard this yesterday. Never thought about he's blind.
I love the song because it's so ironic. It is so sad, even though his Jodeci kind of made it sexier when they sang it, because Casey and JoJo, that's what they did. But when you listen to Stevie's version, it's like a little bit different with the song, like a different instrument, and it's just sad. But again, it's a theme. Women. Not have performance anxiety. I played in front of. I also like this song by Sam Cooke, and it's like "Song for You." Great song. If you ever want to this song made me want to play the piano. I didn't do it, but it made me want to play the piano because I've always wanted to sit behind the piano and sing this song to somebody. A song for you. And he's like, I've acted out my life in stages with 10,000 people watching, but we're alone. And I'm like, I've performed in front of 85,000 people live with millions on TV, but I had a helmet on. So it's a little bit different when you're in front of there's 30 motherfuckers just staring at you. That is intimidating. But anyways, speaking of the tailgates, buying the stuff. I'm thinking about maybe we'll do like a gambling segment during the fall, during football season, just to have fun. We'll do the fantasy football league again. It'll be a paid one, but there'll be good bonuses and stuff like that at the end of that. We'll also have we'll do a weekly pick 'em and see like who's winning. So like we'll have at the end of the season, if you have the most, you'll get this, but blah blah blah. We'll do all that stuff that's fun. But right now, my gambling advice is this: I have been taking on bets for most games. Now, there's only one game that I'm a little nervous about, and that's the LSU game. But I got it. I think I forgot what it was. 500. Some bet that's out. Not worried about that. But I'm gonna go bet Vegas right now because I had no idea that Vegas was trying us like this. Like we didn't have a good season last year. Like we didn't beat LSU, and like we didn't whip their. You good? Oh, like we didn't whip their ass for all but 5 minutes of the game. But according to Logan's Twitty, my boy Logan Robinson with No Game Day and Buck Game Day, and now MMA Game Day. He's getting all kinds of shit with Sports Illustrated. The FanDuel Sportsbook updated odds now have the Seminoles as a 2-point underdog. So basically saying LSU has to beat FSU by 2 points is plus 1.5, which is still a pick'em game when you really think about it. But for the fact that it's in Florida, and I think I like where we're going. I was already picking FSU, but now that we have, you're giving me points. Wonder what it is. Let me see. FanDuel, because I'm still trying to understand how this gambling shit works. FanDuel, FSU versus LSU. Because I want to, drop some bread on this. This might be another way between selling the tickets, between the tailgate. Hold on. I might be able to make a little bread on this. I just want to see what do I get. All right, so it's so minus 105 if I bet the spread. So does that mean like if I bet $100 I get 105 or what does that mean? Yeah, they're minus 115, we're minus 105.
So let's say if your team had plus 140, you get 140 if you bet 100 and your team wins. If your team is minus 140, it means you'll have to bet 142 to win 100.
Oh, okay. So basically I win $5. I guess what I was saying. I win $5. If I'm correct, if I'm thinking correctly.
What's the
minus 105? So if it was plus 105, if I bet 100, I would get 105. But with this one, if I bet 100, I get
you have to bet 105.
Oh, so I can still almost double my money if I bet. Oh, okay. All right, I'm cool with that. I rather do. Yeah, I would have made more, but I'm cool with that. Like I'll bet 105 to get $100. Like I'd rather bet them because I know I'm gonna get my money. With some of y'all are you guys are unmasculine with your bets. Like man, my man CJ, somebody bet unprovoked bet too. Bet him $200, and it ain't gave that man his money since. But keeps adding all his tweet, like retweeting and talking to him. Man, it's just, that's what CJ keeps doing. It's fatherless behavior if you really think about this. Like, this is why, this is one of the downsides of 80% of all African American, of all single parents being raised in single parent, female-led households. We need to get more masculine men out here. Just Lannisters pay their bets, man. That's all you got to do, man. Or just shut the fuck up. Don't bet. It's cool. But whatever. That's Florida State season's going good. A lot of people are hating on them. A lot of lists. I've been bragging about good lists, but then there's bad lists, and people are just are hating. But I'm not going to even get into that. I'm going to go into this though. Congratulations to FSU women's softball going to Oklahoma City for opportunity to compete in the College World Series. They beat the fuck out of Georgia, swept them. I didn't even get a chance to. I was hoping I would be able to get to the Saturday game, but they beat them on Thursday and Friday. Made quick work. Now they're playing Oklahoma State in the first round. And what happens is 16 teams go to Oklahoma City. There's the winners bracket, and then there's the losers bracket. So right now, if they win, they advance. And you get 2 losses up until the championship game where they reset everything, and it's a best of 3 series there. So these girls had a really good shot. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really. I kind of know what softball is. I follow college softball more than I follow college baseball. Nah, we suck this year. Like we've been really. This is the first time in 44 years we missed the regionals, the playoffs, basically the postseason. But Link is gonna be okay. Link Jared is good. Florida high grad. He just got to rebuild this team into the manner in which he wants it to be. But FSU got a good shot. We the only team on here that I think we've lost to is Oklahoma. And we play a really tough schedule. Also, wish I could find it. What's it say? Some of these names, these female names on softball are interesting. Like Sander Cock, like just you're like, man, wow, it just rolls off your tongue, and it's just all kinds of jokes write themselves. But I'm trying to our softball team is not like this is a safe space. Like, yeah, not according to but yeah, we got some baddies on our softball team. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like we've always had them. When I played, there was no offense to my guy, Mike Bulwer. He's been married for some time. Shout out to him. He got Jessica. She's Jessica Bulwer now. She was Jessica Vanderlinden. Then fine ass Puerto Rican chick. I Brandy Stewart, who's now a athletic director at Texas Tech. I believe she left somewhere else now. But anyway, she's a big time athlete. She's moving up in the world of athletic administration. Fine. Veronica was fine. Athletic women all coming after that. Oh, we lost the Gators. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, he said make it to the final four. Yeah.
That's we're good at all sports, but when I tell you some of these like, because it's weird because I'm older, and people are making like older men feel bad for like just that's some pretty like I saw somebody post a girl Angel Reese. She got a bikini. She had a Sports Illustrated bikini model thing. Guys are like, damn, I would love to see her naked. She's pretty. And people are like, come on, man, you're 40 years old. She's 21. I'm like, well, what fucking age is it okay?
For real.
Cindy Sherrill is her name. If you would look up Cindy Sherrill or Sydney Sherrill. She they're blocking her. There was something like I'm trying to find it, man, but I'm telling you, there's a song that I wish Charlie Wilson was here. In Jacksonville, he was singing. He's a famous singer at the Jazz Fest for free, but he has a song with Fetty Wap. Shout out to Fetty Wap. He only got 6 years, which is pretty cool. Like, actually, you can just post that. You can see it from the front on this picture with the tights. But it was just like he has this song called Yam. They have this song called Yams. And it's like, can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way. It's just like, it is the way Charlie Wilson is over the top. He's like, man, that man was serenading them yams. White girl got some yams, man. And but she's a former player. But you've got Michaela, who's fine. You got a whole bunch of like they ain't bad to look at, and they're good, which makes it good. Like people may call that like sexist or all this other stuff, but I don't think women understand like how to market the men. Like that's what we want to see. We want to see pretty women who are really athletic, talking shit, getting after it. That will get butts and seats. They also wear one thing I've never got, they wear makeup in softball. Heavily.
Yeah.
It's just like that's got to get in the way. I feel like that's in the sweat, but listen, I'm not judging.
You watch track too, so
Yeah.
The long jumpers, some beautiful.
Which is the thing? Why do y'all think we watch track?
I know it's a straight line run.
Do you really think we care? We're looking at them V8s and them Hemis and them shots. Like the one girl she pretty, like what the girl who was talking all this shit was getting her ass whooping, now running fast from LSU. Shikari. She's good. We like looking at Shikari. But it's just didn't like which again, I'm telling you, this is life free game. Anybody who markets women's sports. We love a powerful, strong black woman.
Yeah.
But we also want you to shut up sometimes when you're not performing well. That's all we ask Shikari to do. Shut the fuck up. You're getting your ass whooped. But when she started whipping ass again, you know what? We're like, man, bring your fine ass on over here and start running. And start running fast again. Talk that shit. Give us that swag. Nobody, but the thing is, even in men, nobody wants to see a male that ain't no good.
Yeah, and it's not like women don't.
Like women love The Rock, right? The wrestler, but they didn't like The Rock if he wasn't a world WWE champion. He wasn't with him when he wasn't winning. He wasn't winning when he had $6 in his pocket. He was just another big ass brown skinned dude.
Athletes in general get sexualized.
Yes. Oh.
The long jumper.
Oh. Wow. She's got a wagon. And it's not even so much the wagon proportions. It's just like it's fit.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm just telling you, man. Don't blame me. I was given this world. I didn't make it. To quote the gay thespian. But anyways, our softball team is really, really good. And they're not bad to look at. So just remember that. Going into, again, keeping it college theme a little bit. I want to say, we may go on a rant on this one, but this is why people hate coaches. And we love the Nick Sabans of the world seem to know how to say the right thing, right? NIL, fine, pay the guys, I don't care. But coaches, like Dabo Swinney and some of these coaches, find ways to make, what is it, straw man arguments? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Dog whistle, a whole bunch of other stuff. I see it in politics all the time. People fear what they don't understand and hate what they can't conquer. It's always new. Anytime something new happens, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. This is it. This is this. This is that. Blah. I can't. This is going to be the end. I remember when Name, Image, and Likeness came, a guy told me, this is going to be the end of college football. I don't like it. But they all believed in the bag man. Like, they all believed in the bag man, but now that the bag man is legal, oh my God. Like, baseball has been fine with the minor leagues. Kids get paid all the time, but I hate when like Dabo said, if they ever start paying athletes, I'm going to leave. He ain't left yet. You know why? Because he's getting paid $9 million fucking dollars a year to coach little boys.
Makes sense.
Missouri's coach. Missouri's football coach. Eli Drinkwitz, awesome name. Says college players through NIL are making more money than his brother-in-law, who is a pediatrician. He saves lives. We're giving 18 to 22-year-olds life-changing money. People are making more money on NIL than my brother-in-law, who is a pediatrician who saves lives. And we kind of do it cavalier, and we think there's not going to be side effects or issues. There's information out there, bad actors out there always trying to make a dollar, running around campuses trying to gather information. It's going to become a key issue in our locker room. You know who else makes more than your brother-in-law, who's a pediatrician, who saves lives? Your dumbass. And all you do is coach athletes. Do you understand like the thought process? You know who else makes more money? Who made more money? Haley Berry. The girl who played the Little Mermaid, or is it Chloe? One of them. It might have been a sister. I don't know which one. It's two of them. It's two little girls who were finding out about their sexuality as they're moving forward, and they were Disney kids. But like I'm saying, you know who else makes more than your brother and brother-in-law? A lot of people, a lot of actors. Halle Bailey, my bad, not Berry. It's very close to Halle Berry, yes. But like coaches make these statements, like, and they're trying to find the average American who's never been good at anything. And like that's who they're trying to pull on your heartstrings. But you make more, but what happens is you're neglecting the fact that entertainers traditionally make more than a lot of us.
I've literally saved 3 lives making $9 an hour as a lifeguard. So that doesn't say nothing.
It sucks. You know the average pediatrician makes $33,000 a year.
Jesus, and what do we pay our teachers?
That's what I'm saying. My bad. I read that wrong. They're 33,000. Actually, this is probably I'm gonna give you the numbers. I'm gonna give you understand again. It's wild that I hear a bunch because as a guy who's I always tell people I'm a registered Republican. As a guy who is a capitalist and believes in capitalism, nobody believes less in capitalism than average white men who are Republican. Even though this guy makes a lot of, I don't even know what Elon makes, but we'll find this. But there are 33,430 pediatricians in the United States of America with an average salary of $203,000. Pretty good money. You know, I wonder how many college football players are there. We're going to go Power 5 because he's in a Power 5 conference. It's just, just the numbers. There's more pediatricians right now actively working in the United States than people who have ever played in the NFL, by the way. You know what? This is what we'll go with. So there's 65 Power 5 teams. Okay? 65 times 85. There's 5,525 Power 5 football players. That's not a lot of people. So and it's not there because the average NIL deal is still only $300. But let's say if it was that, it's because the pool is smaller and the money is flowing. And it's a marketing deal. You're one of the top 2% in the world for what you do. Your brother-in-law is not in the top, probably not in the top 2% of all pediatricians. Because if he was, you know what he'd probably be making? A lot more than any college student athlete can make. Everybody is able to be able in this economy to participate in the same deals that name, image, and likeness guys are participating in. They're all marketing deals. They're not getting paid by the school. You're getting paid by another capitalist that believes that paying you will help their business grow. Nobody is giving these kids anything. They have to earn it. And now maybe you'd argue that their earning potential is dictated based upon how well they play a game, but you go out there and play the fucking game then. I don't see any problem with paying Americans. I've never understood why they don't do why this is a problem to you. I believe it's a problem to you because now you can't use stuff like what my coach used for me. My coach, if I'm getting paid $500,000 in college, you can't say I'm gonna send your ass back to Rockbrook. I'm gonna send your ass back to Rockbrook. How about that? But Kirby's still doing what he does. Saban's still doing what he does. We've got that stuff going on in Florida State. There's a bunch of stuff, and there are some things that happen, but those things happen when money wasn't, when it was imaginary money. I don't believe in the bag man. The bag man was not as prevalent as what everybody believes, but I will tell you what was prevalent and what has always been prevalent and what's still prevalent is agents. agents want you to sign with them. So they'll do things like give you a credit card. They'll give you, because they know they can, if you don't work out, they can just kill the credit card and go get another one. They, it's all kinds of different stuff that they can do to make sure that you're getting paid properly. And guys got jealous of that. Pilots get jealous of snaps. Guys get jealous of who's getting more interviews. Guys get jealous. People get jealous in general. Money don't have to add to that. That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine if his brother came up and just said, you know what? You know it's not fair, Eli. Said, I'm out here saving lives. You're out here coaching inner city black kids. And you're not even playing the game. You're not even hands-on. Do you know how many kids come in my office and cough on me? And I got to come back to my family?
How many kids you got to fix because of his sport?
A kid run, like, you dumbass people. Got kids running into other kids, and now I got to come out here and tell the parent that they can't do anything for 3 weeks, for the parent to get mad at me because the coach says that they can't be out for 3 weeks, because how are they going to be able to play in the game? You got kids out here playing on sprained ankles. I'm just like this is what, like, it's the teacher. Like, the reality is this: when they say athletes shouldn't be paid that much money, they should pay the teachers. Cool. I'm with you. All for it. You know how that happens? Taxes. So are you ready to pay more in taxes? Hey, wait a minute. No more taxes. Firefighters should be paid more than athletes. I'm with it. You know how that has to happen? Taxes. Not. And the funny thing about the taxes is that the people who complain the most about taxes don't pay taxes.
That's the crazy
Like,
part.
you're just like I always fall back to the Dave Chappelle thing when he was like, Donald Trump got poor white people to believe that he was on their side. And they were like, I'm going to vote for Trump because he's going to change. He's like, no, nothing's going to change for you. He's voting in my best interest, not yours. I'm rich. And it's cool, but it's like, I don't think people, man, we're going to pull it out. We'll pull this one out. We need to get this sound, though. But it's what Kevin Hart said on the Pivot podcast. It's like, are you listening to yourself? Do you hear yourself speaking? And that's what I thought. I think when Eli was doing this, and what's crazy is when he was doing this, he was doing it probably thinking he was spitting bars. It was like, yeah, this is going to get the people moving right here. I'm going to say that we are trying to save lives. I don't get it. Never have, never will. Quote Jay-Z, respect the game. That should be it. What you eat, don't make me shit. And it just bothers me that as a capitalist, that people really, really have a problem with people capitalizing on their talent. You're supposed to, in America, you're supposed to get paid very well for being extremely talented. But speaking of other things that are just imaginary things that make people mad, I've never understood how mad people get, like, when there's a black person in Harry Potter, when there's a black person in Game of Thrones, when there's some other stuff, like, or just, a white person plays a black fictional character. Like, it's just, I've never really grasped it because it's not real. And they call this is the woke culture, what about them. But this one really takes the cake because, like, Little Mermaid's not a new concept. It's a very old movie, but it's also a very old tale. All they did was make a new live action rendition with Halle Bailey. And I don't know if it's good or not, but you'll hear an opportunity if you live in Jacksonville to find out for yourself. But Paloma Faith slams new live action Little Mermaid movie. Let me see how old Paloma is before I really go, because it's still stupid. I'm going to read it, but I just want to make sure. She's an English singer and actress. She's 41. Oh my goodness, she's older than me. So she really is a stupid bitch. Sorry for that. If you don't like that word, find another show. Just seeing the new Little Mermaid with my kids, and while I think Halle gives a good performance and it's great casting, as a mother of girls, I don't want my kids to think it's okay to give up your entire voice and your powers to love a man. What the fuck is this shit? I'm assuming. Not that I want to be teaching next generation women that at all. Okay. And then this is what they say. Before you scream feminist, this is what they say. Ariel in Little Mermaid doesn't give up her voice for a man. Oh, scream in feminist. Like Little Mermaid. This is a woman saying this. She doesn't give up her voice for a man. She gives up her voice to be human. Falling in love is one of the human experiences, but it wasn't the reason. Part of your world literally is all about this, which is one of the songs. But like, you're 41 years old. Little Mermaid, the cartoon came out when we were children. Like, you knew this. The plot didn't change. They didn't go in there and change anything. Now, what I will say is this. I found out that the Little Mermaid live action may be the most confusing bit of like it could be confusing. But the beautiful thing that Disney did, and I think they did this because of Rondi, is that they could piss off everybody. Nobody can be like, this is like. So let me explain. Ariel, Halle Berry is clearly a brown-skinned young lady. We'll just say she's black. Mother dead. She's being raised by a single father who has kids, a whole bunch of kids. And you know what he is? White. She goes to the surface. She falls in love with a white man. No problem. Whose mother is black. That's what I'm saying. It's a whole bunch. This is just stuff that I was hearing. This is a live action. So like, this isn't a car. It's just like, boom. So it's like, okay. The prince's mom is black. But no, he's just a good old fat. Like, we don't know. Technically, maybe. Could be the stepmom. But he look, black people pass. Like, I saw the picture of my grandmama. She's very pale. But what I'm saying is typically like you see, I call it Simpson colored. Most of them at least come out Simpson colored. But it's very confusing. Dr. Umar is very upset about all of this. I don't care. Oh man, Dr. Umar went on this rant about Spider-Man and Little Mermaid and doing all that. I just like, and I just be like, yo, this isn't real, B. Like that's my whole thing is none of this is real. Like, just relax. It's fake. It's okay. But like, it's Little fucking Mermaid. Like, don't, like, you already knew what this was. Like, I have an idea. Like, if I go watch this, yeah, there's a lot of people were. That was the whole thing, and a lot of people like they're going to boycott it. But it's like one of the highest grossing live action Disney films that they've had so far. So to help make that money, somebody asked me in YouTube, why are we calling it the Little Mermaid Challenge? I have no idea. I didn't create this challenge. Like, it wasn't me. It's not my event. I'm just using my resources and reach. But if you would like to go see the Little Mermaid with your family this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, June 3rd, June 4th, you have to inbox me or email mftkfoundation@gmail.com the names of the families, a contact information, like a phone number, so I can send a link to you. And each family will receive tickets. You're going to get snacks, and you're going to get gift bags. So if you're in Jacksonville, Florida, you want to go see the Little Mermaid this weekend, or fuck it, if you don't really want to go see the Little Mermaid, you need something to do for 2 to 3 hours with your brats. Here's a great opportunity. Cost you absolutely nothing. Just get in contact with us, or even just inbox Den Media. Like, if you're on Twitter at sportsden_live, or inbox me somehow, I'll make sure we got you covered. So moving on to the next thing, because feminists, like, sometimes I'm not thinking the same misogynistic culture that women are fighting against, feminists are fighting against. It's the same misogynistic culture in which they buy into in general, like marriage. Like somebody has to sacrifice to lay down their life to come and marry. You'd have to give up resources if you think about what marriage is like. And I'm gonna get back into sport because we talked about this one thing, but like this is why I don't listen to all women. I don't believe all women. And but before I get into that, I had a conversation with my son. Son is a 10-year-old, and he's doing what a lot of y'all kids do. But you know, the cool thing is, I caught it. We caught it. A lot of stuff. Broke his laptop. I'm not laptop. His iPad. In the process of breaking his iPad, he learned a valuable lesson about women. Women never are looking for something when they find it. Has anybody ever known anybody else got into that? Oh, I just happened to see your phone and boom, a random text message popped up from somebody. Or your phone was was in the desert and I was just walking that way and then I picked it up and then all of a sudden Karen called you. And then I answered the phone. I was minding my business, but then like, it's never they were looking for something and found what they were looking for. But doesn't matter in this conversation. Trey was looking at titties. Hey, as a dad, I'm just being real with y'all. I'm not like y'all. I'm actually cool with it. Like, I was like, you know what? In these days, they could be looking at anything. I'm just glad he was looking at that part. Now, Miles, you might know more of this because anime is weird. Yeah. And it was the anime shit. And it was like throwing, I was like, come on. But anyway. So I had to have the talk with him. And a great question came up in the process of the talk. And you have to have multiple, in these days, you have to have multiple talks with your sons, especially if they're African American. But two of the talks involve women. So me and my son are having a talk, and I'm telling them, don't be in a rush to grow up, just chill out and all this stuff. And he says in the process of this, I don't think it's fair that I can only have one woman at a time. And I was just like, yeah. So you can have as many women as you want, as long as you can mentally and fiscally handle this, son. Just be yourself and open. You don't own them and they don't own you, but I will tell you the truth. Having one is fucking hard. But he's learning about the Bible. When he gets to David's the only person in the Bible who is described as a man after God's own heart. He had 5 wives and 3 concubines. I'm looking at some of y'all struggle. Some of y'all probably should be with multiple. Like if you got an opportunity to be a sister wife, it probably wouldn't be the worst fiscal idea for you and your family. 0%. 100% of a zero is still zero. 5% of a billion is a lot. I'm just saying. I'm not here for you. I'm here to tell you to do whatever makes you happy. But the problem with a lot of this is that men are taught that we don't own women. But women are not taught in this society that they don't own men. And you can see it by the tweets and by the toxic nature in which go on. But actually, before we go into that, I actually want to tweet. This is a case for why men cheat. It's actually really good. I've thought about it, but I never thought about it in this manner. And it's actually like, when you think about it, not just men, same thing with women too. It's pretty reasonable.
You imagine you're a guy and the females in your life are drinks, and your wife, the one you want to hold forever, is water to you. And if someone said to you, bro, do you think you can live just drinking water for the rest of life? And you'd be like, yeah, man, I love water. I can't live without water. First thing in the morning, water. Last thing at night, water. What do I bring to bed with me? Water. Sometimes your boy wants a Fanta, innit? Just randomly, bro. Sometimes you rock up to McDonald's, and they're like, what do you want to drink? You're just about to say water. And you're like, Fanta, no ice. And then someone says, you can have this Fanta, no ice, but like, you can never have water again if you have it. But sometimes they don't say that. Sometimes they just say, here you go.
Here you go. They just run it to you.
Drink that. And without thinking, no one told you, big man, if you drink this, this could be the last drink you ever have. No one says anything like that. You just sip it, throw the thing out the window, and you don't think again. Sometimes I want a shot of tequila, innit? tequila side of pineapple? You can turn that down.
I'm only one man.
Fam, next day, you can't show me a bottle of tequila.
Oh God,
I'll
no.
smack it out your hand.
God,
I don't
no.
wanna look
I
at
don't
that.
need that again.
Get a bitch out my face.
Literally.
Hey, where's my water at?
On my hands and knees.
Where's my water at, bro? I'm dying here. Where's my water at? I need it.
10-10 analogy, by the way.
I mean, just think about if you took the same thought process, right? And this is why I always tell people it's a matter of consistency. Imagine if we handle everything in life the way we handle cheating and infidelity. You would absolutely have nothing done in life. And you would accomplish nothing. Like, sometimes I'm just a proponent of looking at the bigger picture. Does this person not just provide fiscally, because there's other things, but emotionally, they take care of you. And I also say they weren't a virgin when you met them. If you can forget about all the dick she had in the past and all the vagina that he had in the past, you probably forget about one random dick or pussy in the future. So that's all I'm just saying. But the problem with the ownership thought process that women possess these days is it gets you in situations like what Travis Rudolph got into. Now, I am not responsible. I can only be held accountable for what I say. I cannot necessarily be held accountable for how you interpret it. I am finding that out in my comments. Go check out what I said about Travis Rudolph last week. Apparently, people are stupid. I'm finding out every day that a lot of people did not pass the FCAT. It was just like you see it will pop up. So what happens is randomly the comments pop up on my phone, and I'll read it. I'm like, that's not what I said. They're like, you hate Travis. I'm like, that's not what I said at all. Like, did you listen? Like, and then with the wild part about YouTube is that so on Facebook and on Twitter, if I comment and respond to your thing, it comes up. Like, you'll see it immediately. I don't think that happens on YouTube. Like, you can't see somebody commented on yours. So it's really fruitless to like respond back. It's one-sided. People are just saying what they feel like. And but I'll say this is that women take ownership. Like, that's like my person, my this. And a lot of times in that, when you make mistakes, you see a side that only could come out if that person feels like they own you, like in a slave manner, or even like this. Like, so if my dog does something bad, if Charlie shits on my carpet, I pop Charlie to try to make Charlie act right. I don't necessarily go around beating Charlie all the time, because that's why she's not in my house, because I don't want her shitting in my house all the time. But we have things to be able to do this. And I think sometimes women don't realize you're dealing with a human. And the human does have choices, but your choices do not give you the right to go crazy. We'll see people say, oh, she slashed the windows out of his car. She slashed the tires, bust the windows out of the car. Oh, he deserved, or we'll see, he deserved it. We'll see snapped. Like a woman just, now granted, I think this was dumb for the guy, but like a guy just got killed by his wife because he brought the mistress over the house and said that it professed his love for her. And women were like, well, he should have never brought her over. Yeah, but nothing that he did warranted the loss of life. You don't get to do that. But if you don't know the Travis Rudolph situation, Travis Rudolph was, and this was why actually before we get into this, there's the clip of just her picture. She's actually pretty. She doesn't look good in the courtroom stuff, but yeah, that right there. She has an IG. She is living her best life on IG right now. She and Travis Rudolph, if you didn't know in the beginning, got into a little argument. In that argument, she claims that Travis roughed her up or something like that. She calls her brother. Her brother goes and gets 4 of his boys. They go over there. They fight Travis and his brother. Travis, they try to flee the scene when Travis goes in the house to get his AR-15. He goes out there. He lets out 39 shots. Somebody dies. Somebody's seriously injured. And now his trial is finally hitting that. But this is when you learn that women ain't shit. My bad. Somebody just texted me. Which one was that? What's the person's name on that? West. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I want to make sure I click it so I can read it. All right, so this beautiful African-American queen, goddess, as some of y'all would say. She was married. Not to Travis Rudolph. To another man. She was married. She cheated on her husband. Got mad at her side that her side dude had other women. Attacks him. Calls her brothers to shoot his shit up. Is responsible for one of her mans getting killed. Has no remorse, and she has not been arrested. This is not me. This is not me embellishing. This is all the shit that she said on the stand. So now let's go get one of the find the when you go through the videos. I want to not that one. I want to play one with go one more. Play this one first. Because this one is when Travis Rudolph is sitting down and talking to them about the events, and you see a lot of stuff on camera happening right now.
911 calls for help flood into dispatch around midnight.
Things escalated so quickly.
For the first time, Travis Rudolph talks about the night he says 4 men showed up at his front door.
I just heard just a loud bang, as if like the police was at the door.
In exclusive video, we can now see everything playing out on security cameras.
This all happened within seconds. So my brother was the first one to get to the door, so I was worried about his safety as well.
Where Travis at? Travis at?
According to court records, Rudolph and his then girlfriend, Dominique Jones, got into a fight earlier that night.
Open this door, bro, because this got me. Dominique, stop.
A woman like.
Why are you calling it, bruh? Afterwards, she texted her brother, Keyshawn Jones. Evidence shows they both made threats towards Rudolph.
As soon as I came outside, literally, Tyler, like, he sucker punched me to my left eye. It was Tyler and Sebastian. They was like kind of trying to corner me in. And Tyler, he had pulled out his firearm. And during that time, Tyler pulled out his firearm. Sebastian was like, you messed with the wrong girl. You're going to die tonight. And then that's when I went back inside and grabbed my firearm.
The fight spilling out into the street. The video shows Rudolph then running off his property with an AR-15.
I had to do what I had to do, you know what I'm saying, to protect me and my family. My brother was on the ground getting jumped by 2 of those guys getting kicked. So that's the reason why I went down the street. While they're all in their car, I see 2 firearms pointing at me and my brother. And I couldn't believe it. And it's just,
We can stop that. So
a split decision where I just felt like
in all of this, there's a woman who got mad that her side dude, who did not know she was married, maybe talking to her, but she knew she was married, and she has the gall to be upset at somebody else for cheating. Because wow, she's cheated. Which again, none of my business. But that upset. Then she goes and does what a lot of women do. Puts her paws on another grown-ass man. And then goes and doesn't tell her brothers the truth of what happened. And now her brothers got to go, because we have this thing with defend black women, believe all women, goes and tries to believe and defend their sister's honor, right? And now a man is looking up at all of us because he ain't go to heaven. I can promise you the elevator didn't go up. It went down. So now he's looking up on the situation of a woman taking the stand and just lying with no fucking remorse that a life was lost. So like now let's listen to this educated queen discuss the events of that night and how she's talking to the attorney and all of these different things.
Keyshawn had a concealed weapons permit.
I wanted him to know because there was a shooting.
Right. Because your brother took his gun with him.
That's
why you wanted
show me where my brother took his gun with him. Show it to me. But you're telling me something that you're asking me a question. I'm letting you know my answer. So if you don't have proof right in front of my face, then you can't sit here and tell me anything. I'm telling you.
Okay, enough. Next question.
Exactly. Next question.
Stop. Your next question, please.
Is this how you talk to Travis?
Stop.
This is how I'm talking to you.
Next question.
Didn't you also tell Detective Ema that when your brother got to Travis's house, he said, I'm not here to start nothing with you. I'm here to talk. Keyshawn had a concealed weapons permit.
I wanted him to know because there was a shooting.
Right. Because your brother took his gun with him.
N-
That's why you want
Where? Show me where my brother took his gun with him. Show it to me.
And this is what's
But
wild.
you're telling me something that you're asking me a question.
That
I'm letting you know my answer. So if you don't have proof right
video, she's telling the defense attorney, show me where we said this, knowing that she sent text messages. But she tried to delete it, but you don't understand that doesn't like go away. Like, not that one. That's what I'm saying. Did you just see how easy she lied? And what happens is, so we talk about, and this is my problem, is that they talk about white women, right? And white women tears and things like that. But the same thing happens here. The misogynistic culture in which women try to fight is what she tried to pit against Travis Rudolph and ruin that man's life and got a man killed. But that's what y'all want to, like, you don't want it. You don't want that to go away. You love it. You just like to pick and choose when you can use it for yourself. I made a statement on this show. I make it a statement in life. Wars are fought over vagina,
And
not
he
over.
never raised a hand.
And right now, a man lost his life over some damn vagina that he wasn't even getting. That's the worst way to go. The devil is probably torturing him even more now. He said, you done died over some pussy that you wasn't even getting. That wasn't your sister. That was his sister. He ain't dead. You did. We go push play.
And he never raised a hand and touched you, did he not?
Yeah, he was raising his hand the whole time, like grabbing me, pushing me back. Yeah, the whole time.
Okay, so did he punch you?
No, he didn't punch me.
Did he slap you?
She said he's raising his hands all the time. She asked him, did he hit you? No, he didn't punch me. Yeah, we got video of you whooping it. Here's the crazy thing is if ring camera didn't exist, we would never believe Travis Rudolph's side of the story. Right. Because of misogyny. Because y'all beat in our head to believe, like we all, one thing men can admit, that I know that there ain't shit men in this world, which is why a lot of us tell you, don't dress this way, because every man doesn't act like we act. We tell you, don't do these things because we understand that this is a violent world. But women don't always look at the violent part. You look at what you should be able to do because of how you feel. And I get it. The world ain't built on that. But one thing women can't do is admit that there are women like this when they make their general speeches, when you make your fucking and then wonder why some of us don't believe. This man on trial fighting for his life. My bad. Go ahead, push play for the rest of it.
No, he didn't slap me.
Did he pick up any objects and hit you over the head with them?
No.
So Travis has never been violent towards you, but you've been violent toward him. Now,
why'd you want to smash his car window?
Like I said, it wasn't intentional. I was just throwing things because I was upset.
And when you were throwing things, you were also screaming things at him, like you were going to send your brother Keyshawn over to kill him, right?
Never, ever, ever said the word kill at all.
Okay, so
4 men showed up at his front door.
And you told both of them that Travis had picked you up and slammed you to the ground, right?
Yes.
And that he had disrespected you.
Yes.
Told these men that this man was getting violent with you.
You also sent a text message to Keyshawn at roughly 9:45 that Travis dropped you to the ground. You remember that?
Yep.
And in response to that text message, Keyshawn sent a group text message to you and Tyler Robinson that Travis is a dead man walking. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that's the message that you deleted from your phone, right?
No, I deleted the shoot his shit up message.
And you also deleted the dead
said
man.
early in another video that she.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't remember if I did or not.
So you really weren't making a living as a real estate agent, right?
No, but I do have a mom and she's a medical assistant. So
Okay. And you were living with your mom.
Correct.
Right? You had a conversation with a man about marriage and you're still married to Andre Chusang. Is that correct?
correct.
So you lied to Travis. You misled him, did you not?
Travis never asked me if I was married.
Do you see? But we can't just. But if we say these things, we're on the root. We're on all these other think pieces, man. Like we know. Like it is not even so much that, again, this isn't bashing all women. It's just showing that one of the things that I love to say is that nobody runs the gamut on ain't shit. we all have the capacity to be ain't shit. But like, especially in matters like this, imagine if we just believed her and we didn't listen to this. We'd all be in, like, that man would be in hot water. But again, the only thing that's saving him really in all of this is a ring cam, because the reality of the situation is, and this is where I think people got confused on the social media post, is that I 100 common sense to me, if somebody sends me those text messages, I fear for my life. The problem is a lot of you don't have guns. You've never gone to Green Acres and taken that course, which you should. Once you do this, you understand how guns work. I cannot shoot at somebody who is fleeing, even if it's on my property. The minute that you run away is the minute that I have to, you are no longer a threat. The minute that I can leave the situation and go into another room, I am no longer in danger. Now, if his brother was outside still getting stomped out, I think he may have a chance. There's still a lot of things in here that I believe, because what they're charging him for is first-degree murder and first-degree attempted murder with a pistol or with a weapon. So I think he has a chance to get off on those things. When the verdict actually comes back, I'll probably have either my sister or somebody else on. Probably won't have my sister because she gets emotional on those kind of things. So I'll probably have somebody else on. But like, one thing that people love to do is go to the statistics, right? And they statistically say that men beat on women in domestic violence, even though the statistics actually show that even in same-sex relationships, domestic violence cases are still pretty high. Which tells me that, like, if women are beating women, then that means that maybe never mind. I don't want to get deemed as sexist, but nobody ever uses the statistic of how many men don't report domestic violence. And here's a case of clearly of a man not reporting domestic violence because he was getting whipped. That was a comfortable hit. That probably wasn't her first time going crazy. And what sometimes we just chalk it up as, oh man, she just crazy. She this. Not I, Captain. Ain't no more. Not this iteration of James Coleman. I'm prosecuting your ass. Like, I'm sending you to jail. You gonna learn, the world gonna learn their lesson through you. I don't care how much the police officers laugh at me. Oh, you can shove it up. Nope, no, sir. I want charges pressed. I was battered. I am a victim. I'm going to doll it up because it's kind of one of those things. Like, I remember did you ever get the video that I showed you where the dude was talking about wearing the gray sweatpants and he was saying, like, she's like, it's showing your print. Well, it's giving, the outfit's giving what it's giving. One thing I'm learning is if we really respond to women in the manner in which women respond to us, it is something that, in a general sense, that a lot cannot take. They love to say it to us. Well, if I cheated on you, you wouldn't be able to handle it. Nah, if we acted like you acted, you wouldn't be able to handle it. If I went crazy and I started breaking your shit because you didn't do what I asked you to do, I would be looked at as a little bitch. What's this? This is a lesbian. About how lesbians be tired of y'all shit too. Yeah. Studs be wanting to be women too sometimes.
Trying this lesbian shit out. I just want you to know one thing. There's no such thing as domestic violence on this side. It's just two hoes fighting, okay? My girlfriend was confused about that shit too. We got in a fight, but she beat me up. Then she gonna run and call the police. So I ran to the closet and put on one of her dresses. Police showed up, didn't know who to arrest. Shit. Don't worry, I came up with a lie quick. I told him he was headed that way, officer, wearing a FUBU sweater. You can catch him if you leave now.
That's funny. But nah, it's just, it happens. It's just, the biggest thing is, the biggest thing in all of this is that, actually, this is where the Kevin Hart thing is. Just, sometimes I just want to know if this is what I say that not just to women, I say this to a lot of people on a daily basis, but this is like what I'm really going to start saying to people all the time.
You hear what you're saying out loud, brother?
Like
You
this,
hear what you're saying out loud, brother?
all the defense attorney needed to say to her is like, push it. All she needed to say was this. After that,
You hear what you're saying out loud, brother?
it's just like sometimes when they post, I'm like, do you hear what you're saying? Do you really hear it? And then they love to hit you with, well, what if it was your sister? Tell me, or your mom. I was like, don't put me in a position where I can go to jail. That's all I ask.
My mom told me that as a kid. Don't embarrass me. Tell me the truth. I'm gonna go to that.
Right. I'm probably still gonna be like, yo, man, fuck that motherfucker. But at least I know why I'm getting into it.
Yeah.
I may actually go talk to him.
Right.
Like, hey man, but I went over there, I went crazy on him, I knocked him upside the head, and he was okay. All right, well, if you hit him, then maybe we just hey Trav, man, my sister crazy, dog, blah, blah, blah. But what's wild is this, and this is why, again, blind. This man know his sister married, right?
Thanks.
He got to know the sister married, right? And I'm cool with owning your family shit, right? I'm going to defend my sister no matter what. That ain't, man, fuck her boyfriend or them other dude's feelings for the most part. I might like him, but that's my sister. But I'm not finna go do no foolishness when I know you wrong. Like, I'm not finna go beat up the side dude. Like, that's what I'm not gonna do. Like, just that's just like, I don't want that on my resume. Side dude ass whooper. You so tough. Like, I'd be like, you know what I would tell her? Hey, man, that's what the fuck you get for fucking with somebody else. Fuck your husband. You know how many husbands out here got dry penises? And you over here trying to find some new ones? And then it's just, what really makes me mad, though, is the way she's handling this and talking about it. She's not, again, somebody died.
Right. It's very devoid of that.
It's wild. But knowing that we know we have this against us as men, it always makes me feel good to see shit like this. So click on the last thing. Ryan Clark, those guys with the Pivot podcast got some really, really good things going. I love how much they give each other flowers. My homeboy OJ is one of my. I do it to OJ. I do it to a bunch of other guys. We don't get it enough. Like, let me rephrase that, because I tell people this all the time. I don't want the bullshit on my birthday post, like where you get the long. You never seen the people get like their significant other, somebody writes the long ass post about how this is a great person, blah blah. But you don't ever see anything else during the rest of the year. You only see it on like special holidays. Like, I always tell people, like, don't say fuck you all year and then on my birthday try to make that's not for me. That's for you to make other people believe that you're good. Like, I don't even like I started to not post the thing about my grandmother, but I was like, I'm just talking about my grandma on Friday. I talk about my grandma all the time. FSU people know this. Again, I tell people the story about where I learned to get, well, I always had thick skin, but where I really learned to toughen up was when my grandmama told me, who told your dumb ass to read? Nobody told you to read that shit. And so I was like, all right, well, this is the person who I'm always telling stories about, so you can see it. But like, like, I got a partner, OJ, that work hard as fuck. Sometimes I got to call my dog and just be like, hey, man, you good, black man? And sometimes you just need it because you're always in a constant state of competition. And you got everybody else that you got to go up against and this. So like when I see Ryan Clark and Fred Taylor and even Channing Crowder, crazy sassy ass, do all the time, is just it's epic, man. So like, just play that, and then just they're all about. And then, again, this is not just something that's to men. Like, women do the same shit too. Go do this to your good friends. Like, I do it to some of my sisters, to people I can really look at sisters, and I see them doing big shit. I love to tell them, like, hey, man, you doing your thing. But go ahead and push this real quick.
You good? Are you okay? And do you need anything from me?
I have moments. Yeah, I'm good.
Well, what people don't really moment of transparency
You good?
is what you need.
Are
Sometimes
you okay?
you just
do you
need
need
somebody to say, hey man, like somebody who knows you to be like, hey bro, you good? Do you need anything from me? And I'm lucky to have a circle of some guys that I could trust that will do damn near whatever they can with outside of show up to my side bitch's house and shoot up her shoot up her brother and things like that. But they'll do a ton of things for us. And you know, even the thing that we all do as black, if you ever see two black men, you'd be like, hey man, hey man, you looking good, man. Nah, that's you, bro. Like the the compliment Olympics that we do. Or man, how you do, man? If I had your shoes, what they say? If I was in your shoes, I would throw mine away. Or just stuff like that, man. But on that note, just keep track of the Travis Rudolph situation. Is I hope that I understand why he could lose. All you need is 1 to 2 jurors in that situation. It has to be to get a hung jury. And I think he can get 1 to 2 jurors based on that. But the reality of the situation is learn about guns, guys. Go to Green Acres, take the class. It's like $50, I believe. It's a lunch break. You can learn about. Don't just go open carry because the state of Florida has open carry.
Right.
And I don't like because you're really not gonna know what you're doing, what you're getting yourself into, man. Because the reality is, man, you gotta like. I gotta tell people all the time. I own two traditional AR-15s, and I own a pistol grip AR-15, which with the bump stock, which I gotta one more day to be able to register that bitch before. Actually, I'm gonna miss that shit. Damn it. Now that motherfucker's illegal now, so I gotta get rid of the motherfucker. But whatever. Probably not. I like it. It's cool. It's sexy. But it's not a defense weapon. Like I think if Travis would have ran out that bitch with a pistol and shot it, nobody would be dead probably more than likely because it doesn't have the same range. But like even in what he did, defending himself, if that's what we want to call it, because I believe he was. I don't believe he went out there with any malicious intent. But the reality of the situation is you're responsible for everywhere that bullet goes. And when he ran out there into that street and was shooting, like that could have missed somebody. That could have like hit somebody else. And you know what now? Now you're on trial for something else. And it could have all been prevented had a crazy bitch just not called her brothers. And what would be sad is Travis ain't a goon. Like prisons weren't made for the Travis Rudolphs. They were made for guys who are really criminals. And I don't think he's a criminal. I think he was in a fucked up situation where I wish cooler heads would have prevailed. But I can't say that I would probably respond or I would tell my son to respond any different. But you know, that's why you can't, unfortunately, like it's not John. This world, I think the problem with America is one of my favorite movies, John Wick. Y'all really believe we live in a John Wick universe, and gunplay is not what you think it is, man. It's not these rap songs. It's and this Love and hip hop culture, Real Housewives of Atlanta shit, where you got to pop off and you got to make sure somebody knows, and all you saw was red. The only thing that would give me solace is if Travis gets convicted for this, then his ex-girlfriend should be charged for manslaughter. Everybody who was in that situation should be charged as well. I think they should be charged even if they weren't, because somebody's got to be held accountable for that, for the person who died. But anyways, we're gonna try to see if we can get another show, maybe on Saturday, maybe on Sunday, another time. But I gotta go back to Tallahassee to do some more stuff with my peoples. Make sure that they're getting good. I know there's gonna be a crazy stuff happening. Remember, tomorrow, Thursday, June 1st, is when the NBA finals start. Miami's got 2 teams in their respective finals. They've got the Florida Panthers are in there. And then even though I really wanted the Boston Celtics to win, not because Miles is a Celtics fan, that would have been cool too, but I just wanted to troll my Miami friends. So, but on that note, man, appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me, and we'll see you next time, whatever that time may be.